Hello everyone, my name is Sunny Wolf and welcome to Sounds of a Love. The visual novel maker game. I've got to put away some magic cards real quick and we're gonna play this visual novel game by ourselves. Because the only sound of love we are hearing. Actually I should leave too. I'm not having any self-love for myself anyway, so this is gonna be a silent playthrough. Nah, but not just kidding. So we're gonna play Sounds of Love. It's a visual novel maker game and let's see what's going on. But I see some nice boobas and apparently this stuff something to do with music, but boobas. Oh wait. Yes! Sunny. Something swinging. Why won't it stop? My hand limply reaches out towards the noise, but I can't seem to locate it. Must be around here somewhere. I sense something rigid at my fingertips. Suddenly, I hear a loud crash beside me. The ringing stops. Forcing myself upright, an intense light greets my eyes. Beside me stands a hazy figure I can't make out. Do you mind not making so much noise in the morning? Your sister is still asleep. As my eyes adjust to the light, I see my mother standing beside me. Look downwards and see my table lying on the floor. The whole table? Jesus Christ, man. My alarm clock just next to it, broken into pieces. I'm not cleaning that up. Just get ready for school and come downstairs. I'm at breakfast. My mother walks off. I don't think she's particularly happy. Well, I doubt my parents would be with the children creating such a ruckus. Still, it wasn't my fault. I was half asleep for crying out loud. I pry myself away from the bed sheets and pick up the table and the broken alarm clock off the floor. I check what the clock once read and conclude it's almost 7 AM. Unfortunately, today's Monday. So, back to school with me. Although it's cliche, I'm not really looking forward to it. It's that I dislike it, but you'd think after transferring here things would have been a lot more lively. So far, nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Oh, I can't really expect life to be like that. This isn't a manga after all. Nope, it's a visual novel. Opening my drawers, I pull out my uniform. Still as good as new. Haven't had much time to wear it in. Only been here a week. For an international school, the uniform is quite generic. I was expecting something more prestigious. Well, I guess this is still Japan after all. Even though I lived here all my life, my mother was dead set on sending me here. She's not a native, so she at least wanted me to connect with her side of the family. Despite her premise that getting in touch with my Anglican heritage was a good idea, the school isn't even English. It's Welsh. I'm pretty sure that's the country north of England. I don't think there's much difference anyway. Well, don't tell that to Welsh people or the British people. No, don't tell them that. Don't do it. After finishing doing up my blazer, I hear a shout from downstairs. Son! Your breakfast will be cold at this rate. You may as well let me have yours if you're going to waste it. Letting out a sigh, I close the door to my room and head to join my parents. Who the fuck eats warm breakfast in the morning anyway? Reaching the dining room, my mother and father greet me with warm smiles. Maybe not so much my mother. I still think she's pretty fucking pissed. My father gives an empty chair a hearty slap, still smiling all the while. Sit down, my son. We have a hefty breakfast your mother would approve of. Of course I would. I'm eating after all. In front of me sits a traditional English breakfast. Eggs, toast, beans, sausages, and the like. I don't think I can eat all of this. And neither can any person. Also it's eggs, toast, beans, sausages. It's like... Not even the German people are that German that they would eat this as breakfast, because this would be very German, but this is not German anymore. This is too brutal even for the Germans. Let me tell you this, for the rest of the world, even the fucking Germans are as brutal as the English apparently. The empty chair is pulled out from beside me, as my sister finally woke up. When it comes to the mornings, she's not very talkative, or noticeable to say the least. I'm sure she'll fire up later though. Oh yes, my beautiful family is gathered at last. My sister acknowledges my father with a quick glance and starts eating her breakfast in silence. Tell me, Sonny, how are your studies? Was that hefty fee worth it? The school is private and teaches a foreign curriculum, so tuition fees are quite large. Luckily my father can pay for it, and it's only for my final year. It's going okay? The initial parts of it were off after the third day. I guess it's like a normal school, not much different from the ones here in Japan. I did have an experience at a traditional Japanese high school, but due to our relocation to Tokyo, I had to transfer. There was one noticeable comparison, that's the students. Most of them aren't natives, and a lot more are quiet, full of themselves. Even only half Japanese. Really? That much for a normal school? What was the point of the fee then? You want our son to have the best education possible, right? And he's closer to my side of the family. Reasonable. Tell me this first, son. Have you been speaking to any girls at least? Come on, son. You need to get some coochie, son. Like, you're a teenager. You need to finally get some action, boy. If you don't get some action, you're gonna regret it. You need it, come on. You need experience, son. Son, get some coochie already. Son, you're wasting your life. School is not important, get some coochie. And enjoy your life and have fun with women. Lots of beautiful, beautiful women. Are you? Did you just really say that? Both my parents engage in a stare-off. Things like this happen all the time. But this is only a bit of banter. Checking the clock on the wall, I realize I'm a bit behind the schedule. I give my family a farewell and head towards the door. Wait, the clock is... I hear my sister say something just as I leave, but she doesn't chase after me to tell me. It was strange to hear at this time of day, but I guess I can't fret about it now. Continue on the journey I'm only just getting used to. Either it was too early or too late. The street leading to the school is particularly empty. Only a couple of locals are walking by and the number of students is quite low. Checking my watch, I realized that I had left considerably early. I guess the clock at home was a bit fast. A faint noise distracts me from my rest. Ahead of me is a female student, presumably from my school, picking up the contents of a bag off the floor as she dropped it. I consider helping her, but I'm an asshole. She's already finished and continues onwards to her school. She rubs the back of her head and her braids softly in the wind. Just as I pass where she was standing, I notice a small card on the floor. Instinctively, I pick it up. In my hands is a library card with what I assume to be her name on it. Seridwen? Considering this is a Welsh school, I guess that's the origin of her name. I look up and she's nowhere in sight. Oh crap. Quickly setting myself off, I run towards the entrance of the school. I just hope I can catch up to her. Doesn't take me long to get her on my side. I call out to her. Seridwen! You dropped this! Oh? I then turns around flustered and approach her with a ragged breath. Here. You go. Thank you. Gives me a shy response as I hand her back the card. How did you know my name? Doesn't look like she's very comfortable with talking to me. It's on the card. Oh. It's pronounced Seri. Like a K. So carry? Carry? Oh, sorry. My bad. Don't worry. Also, Seri or Keri. Huh? Because with the C, it's almost Siri. Let's be honest, this is Siri. With a C and an E. If she says with K, it should be a K there because Keri. The German and the English the German in me hates this even more, and the English also hates it. So should I call it Carrie? Or Siri? I'm gonna call her Siri just for being an asshole. Siri still looks rather uneasy, because some people just aren't that fluent socializing with others. Well, it's a good thing you got it back. We're both pretty early, so it would have taken a while for someone else to find it. By then, they probably would have given it to wasn't found. Thank you. He thanks me again, and the eyes are averted slightly away from my direction. This card is important to me. Maybe put it in a safer place. You wouldn't risk losing it then. I know. I don't have the right to tell what to do with her stuff, but things like this are common sense. I use it a lot. It's easier for me to, reach it quickly. I guess she's an avid book fan. She must be quite smart. That, or she just likes books. My god, she maybe could just like books. Not every person who reads books have to be smart. I decide to continue the conversation. What sort of books are you interested in? Fiction or non-fiction? I read a variety. Well, that was a short answer. I want to study literature. Hey, I don't know, for the old school people, because I never uploaded it because I didn't record it, but for the people who've seen me play Doki Doki Literature Club, yep, I said it just like that. I'm gonna always say this, like literature. Literatur. Literatur or literature or literature. In the English way, but like literatur, German, English, literature. Like, I'm gonna butcher this word in so many ways you can't even imagine. Like literature or literature or literature. Yeah, get used to it. She looks at me as if she expects me to belittle her or completely deny her expectations. Sounds great. It's good there's something you're passionate about. Her lips move, but she can't stop herself from smiling. Moving my feet again, I set off towards the entrance of the school, turning around to face Siri before making any sufficient progress. It's still early, but we should still go to class. It's a bit cold after all. Yeah, you're right. I need to check what class I'm in. She doesn't know what class she's in. School started a week ago. Don't tell me she has amnesia. She probably was just missing out the first week of school because she was sick. This is a school visual novel after all, and that is a classic like, oh, you've been sick, and then you appear either as MC or just a side character that's also gonna hit on the MC, and then the whole harem thing starts, and yeah. Okay, Siri shyly passes and heads towards the school and I follow suit, heading towards my class. I guess she was a pretty interesting person. Achievement unlocked, a cliché encounter, yay! Classes are well underway. The class is filled with a widespread sense of lethargy. It is a Monday after all, and lunch is just around the corner. Does anyone really want to learn about the structure of the inner mitochondrial membrane right before lunch? I mean, I don't think anyone wants to learn anything before lunch. But alright. I lean back in my chair and stare down at my notes, which are just a little more than scribbles on a sparse page. In the end, I can't really say I expected anything different when transferring here. After all, the basic principles of teaching are the same wherever you are. Unless you're going to my school where teachers are bullying their own students and grading them on how much they like them or not. And if you, or depends, or like just neutral, but if they don't like you, they're gonna grade you bad or get your grades down no matter what. Like, that's literally what they did. There's no reason as to why the school would be any different. Or the extra language lessons are a pain in the ass. Just as led at a small, but definitely noticeable yawn, the teacher glares sharply in my direction. Bored? Are you, Sonny? No, sir. Oh. That's a surprise. How about you answer the question at the bottom of page 3 then? I look at the closed book on my desk and realize what the teacher is referring to. I definitely haven't done a good job at pretending to work. Still, I oblige and turn to page 3. Moving my eyes towards the bottom of the page, I find a question that's somewhat relevant to what I managed to hear during the lesson. What is the space between the two mitochondrial membranes called? Is that the matrix? Nope, that's a bit inside. Well, boy, do you have an answer? Intermembrane space. Looking across to the opposite page, I spot a diagram. I spot a diagram of a mitochondrion with a nicely labeled arrow showing me the answer. Intermembrane space, sir. Confidence in my voice, more likely the fact I got the answer right, seems to have left my teacher surprised. Ah, well done, Sonny. Guess you were paying attention after all. Certainly wasn't. But the teacher continues on with the lesson, leaving me to lean back in my chair once again. This time, I'll try not to yawn. Soon enough, class ends and the trail behind the mass gathering to exit the room. The crowd slowly shifts. The class only has about 30 people in it anyway. Only 30 people. As a boy, from town, from the village, 30 is a fucking lot. We had 16 people. And we filled an entire classroom. And we had one class that was 40 people, and that was a big argument because normally not class is 30 people big because it is fucking massive. 30 people in a class here in Austria or in Europe generally is massive. It is massive. It is absolutely massive. 20 is like the average. 10 to 20. 20 is like the average, and they're already complaining about 20, so trust me. 20 is like, yeah, it's already pretty huge class. 30 is huge. Huge. I stagger behind the other students residing in the corridor and make my way to the cafeteria. Chatter radiates from this what the fuck is this word? This swathis of people in the cafe. This word really literally ruins my English in 1 second. Swathis of people in the cafeteria. It's like you cannot even speak English. The cafeteria. I weave my way through those standing around and people walking in the opposite direction. The line is long as always, and like most schools, the food here is actually quite good, so naturally it's in high demand. I joined this queue of students, left famished by the morning lessons. Time slows as the line slowly inches forward. All this for a sandwich? I know meat, hellish, handy, made with 100% Welsh beef. That's what they say anyway. I find it hard to believe they would import that stuff to Japan for this one school. I find it hard to believe as well, actually. Eventually I'm the one gazing at what's on off-white the counter. To be honest, That guy was right. The beef here sure is lush. Quite a prestigious school. I buy a sandwich and stuff it into my bag. This place is quite packed, so I doubt I'd find a place to sit down. Just as I'm about to leave, I spot a table that's actually empty. Well, almost. I notice someone familiar eating by herself. It's that girl from earlier. Siri, wasn't it? I wonder if I should approach her. I hardly know her, but kind of want to sit down. It's cold outside. Approach her? Hell yeah. You know what? Might as well approach her. She's alone after all. Pronunciation. In that situation. Plenty of times this past week. I know how it feels. One step at a time. Make my way over to the table. The silky braids gently rest by her sides. And unlike before, the braids only move due to her actions. As I draw closer, she takes notice of my presence and directs her head towards me. She hesitates to speak, but I plan on taking the initiative from the beginning. Hey Siri, it's me. From earlier. I don't think I've ever got a chance to introduce myself. Try my best to avoid sounding nervous. Walking up to a girl sitting by herself. Pretty noticeable. This fucking word really destroyed my English. It's pretty noticeable to everyone else in the hall. My name is Sunny. Hello. Thanks for earlier. She's still pretty on edge. Perhaps I should just apologize to her and make a quick retreat. I'm sorry for walking up to you so suddenly. But don't worry. I don't normally have people to eat with, so I'm glad. She abruptly stops speaking after giving me a sign of gratitude. Her cheeks turn a rosy shade of red, and she directs her eyes away from me. I guess she's embarrassed. It did strike me as odd as to why she's alone. Aside from a lack of self-confidence, she seems like a fairly nice person. I had an illness. She goes straight on to why she's so alone. I never asked her, but I'm glad she thinks of me as close enough to her to explain it to me, even though we've just met. Oh, given that she seems so introverted, maybe I am the only person that is. For a while I was immobilized, as recently as last week. That's why she told me earlier that she needed to find out what class she was in. Her face continues to grow to deeper shades of red. Maybe I should converse with her to ease her explanation. Or with her personality. I don't know if that will actually help. Oh, I understand, I guess. I'm new here, so I don't really have anyone to eat with. It's not really as relatable as an illness, though. I kind of regretted opening my mouth. Yours, though, continues moving as her lips gently let out unstable speech patterns. I've been here since last year. That's actually a pretty sad thought. If she's been here this long, how come she's this alone? Even with an illness, you'd expect her friends would still speak to her afterwards. Though I am making assumptions. For all I know, she could be a good friend of a classmate that just doesn't eat in school or is absent. The gut feeling goes with my former conclusion in spite of that idea. She delicately twirls the hair at the tip of her braid nervously during the lag times of our conversation. I can't really think of anything to say, so I decide to do something instead. It's bold, but I tear a sheet of paper from one of my books and scribble my phone number on it. Oh yeah, boy, he's getting some riz. Yes, and I'm gonna use that word now more casually because I'm gonna stay a young punk forever. If you ever need anyone to keep you company, baby, then you can call me anytime, alright? You know what I mean, right? Wink. If you see me around school, just say hi. I doubt you do either anyway. To downplay the forwardness of my actions, I think of the cheesiest quote I can and continue speaking. I just have been so cheesy. Can it get cheesier? Never mind. It can get cheesier. It really can. Oh god. Birds of a feather flock together. You're giving me your number? Oh, her voice is quiet. I can still sense, for no reason at all, that she's a bit shaken up. I wonder why. I thought giving it to her would be acceptable in this day and age. People are practically dependent on the phones now. Yup. Still, giving your number to someone of the opposite sex will probably remain direct for years to come. Thank you. His rich fucking voice. I should just do the normal girl voice and not like I'm a shy girl. Also, my voice cracks all the time. Like I'm not doing an actual girl voice, I'm doing like a man girl voice, like. Close to this, like close to this. This is like close to this noise. This is like how I make my voice right now. This is not probably the best way to do it. For some reason, she thanks me. Her pale fingers reach out towards her back, and she gently takes out a rather pink and cute-looking phone. Didn't know anyone still used phone straps, but a daffodil charm swings in the air as she enters my number, her body shaking slightly all the while. You're the first in the non-relatives section. Finishing a sentence with a smile, she gazes at me. Smile back, of course, which in itself takes me a bit of courage, but her eyes quickly dart away to break our state of eye contact. It goes well again, and her mouth is slightly ajar, leaving her lips to glisten as the sunlight enters from the windows beside us. And now we're gonna kiss. Not really, but it will be the perfect time. If I would be a straightforward guy, I would probably kiss her, but in real life I wouldn't have never the balls to do it. That's why I probably always end up in the friend zone. Chimes of the bell resonate throughout the room. I guess it's time to get prepared to go to class again. Siri stands. Charlie looks towards me as if expecting me to say something, which luckily for her I do. I enjoy speaking to her, even if she doesn't say very much. Well, like I said, feel free to contact me anytime. But right now I guess we should head back to class. Oh, okay. She trots along by my side, slightly behind me, probably to keep her blushing face hidden, I guess. She seems to have a habit of going red. We part ways when I reach my classroom, with her giving me a hardly audible farewell once we do. The wooden chair behind my back is wicked. It sticks into me, causing slight discomfort. My eyes dart across the pages before me, looking for any information that could make my life easier. I hate homework. Words echo around the room as I speak, solemnly to myself. I thought that it would be easier to just copy the answers straight from the textbook. But apparently they're not here. Heavy workload, however, does seem to compensate for the rather tranquil day at school. I did meet someone interesting though. A blossom of rose on her cheeks, her silky golden hair, and her hushed voice. Siri's presence would be minuscule by many, but I can't get her off my mind. Sunny, dinner's almost ready. Calls from my mother reach my ears as I'm just about to give up on my homework. It's not due for another week anyway. Who the fuck gives so much time for homework? How much did you get and what? I wish... like, damn. Depending on how it goes. Normally you only have the subject one time of the day, and they expect you to do the homework until the next time you have that subject, so pretty much the next day, unless it's in a subject you don't have too often, but still. And some teachers would be dick enough, like if you have that subject like as a substitute or something like that, the second time a day, that like in the hour between you already done the homework. Like that's the kind of hassleness you can expect over here by me in the sunny Wolfland. So I close the book and haphazardly toss it back to the shelf. The smell of cooking guides my way towards my door, but just as I am about to leave my room, something stops me. It's my phone ringing. My cell phone chimes and vibrates slightly on my desk, leaving me to consider who might be calling.
If you ever need anyone to keep you company, then you can call me anytime. If you see me around school, just say hi.
That's right, I gave Siri my number, didn't I? I wasn't really expecting her to call me, but I guess she was probably checking that I wasn't giving her a fake number as a joke.
Sonny, are you coming?
I'll be down in a minute. Probably not a minute, but it shouldn't be that long. I might just tell Siri to call me back, but the least I can do is answer the phone. Pick up the device from my desk and answer the call. Siri breathes through the speaker. Her narrowness all too apparent even for a mobile call. Hello? Siri? Hello? I wanted to see if you'd answer. Exactly what I was expecting. Siri's voice seems a lot clearer, and the nervousness I had once heard is pretty much gone. Is it because she isn't speaking to me in person? Of course I'd answer. Gave you my number, didn't I? You did? Thank you. You didn't think it was fake, did you? Oh. I tease her about it, to be honest. If she gave me her number, I would have probably think it was fake too. That is, if she wasn't so timid anyway. If her personality was different, she would probably be pretty popular. Don't mind me, I'm only teasing. No one gets when I'm teasing people. Especially my Discord server. Hello, people from Discord server. I like to tease people. I'm joking. Why don't you understand my jokes? I'm just teasing. Come on. Get some sense of humor, guys. Please. I love you guys. Oh. Teasing a girl I just met seems pretty abnormal, but I can deny her response was adorable.
Eh?
That's normally Annette's response. You seem fairly relaxed. I call her. Why would you say that? Oh boy, why would you say that? I don't understand, but okay. I call her out in the contrast of her speech patterns. I already know the answer, but I just want to show her that she can speak to people clearly if she just tries. I find it easier speaking to people over the phone. I'm sorry if it seems rude. Nah, it's fine. I call my father a lot. I mean, she did say I was her first non-relative contact. I really wanted to speak to you. Her stutters flare up again. The concept of calling someone from school is still probably quite foreign to her.
Sonny, your dinner will go cold at this rate.
I get another shout from the dining room, but now my family has probably started eating without me. It's quite a traditional thing in this house for everyone to eat together, but I'll have to tell Sue to call me back. I'd like to speak to you too, but do you think you can call me back probably in like half an hour? My dinner is ready and my mother's being quite persistent about it. Oh, okay. Sue sounds a bit dejected about it, but there's nothing I can do. My mother is quite strict at times. which she can hear from the voice, and she'll probably scold me for ignoring her if I don't go now. So even I bid temporarily farewells and head downstairs, leaving the phone on my desk. An aromatic smell hits my nostrils as I enter the dining room. 3 pairs of eyes looking in my direction. Seems my family are well into their meals. Finally decided to join us in Nichan. My little sister gives me a cheeky remark as I pull out the chair next to her and sit down to feast upon my now lukewarm meal. But I'm too lazy to microwave it. How was school? You went about an hour early, didn't you? You knew about that? I did tell you the clock was broken before you left. Oh, that's what she was trying to yell at me. You can hardly call it before I left. I was out the door at that point.
Well, the rest of school is good for your brother. Don't tell him about it next time.
My father lets out an exuberant laugh as I continue eating. I don't think he realizes that no matter what time I get to school, classes don't start until they're scheduled to. In retrospect, I did get something out of going to school early today. Don't have met Siri otherwise.
That reminds me, son. Have you met any fit girls? Asked you at breakfast and didn't hear your response.
That's because it was a stupid question. Interrupting my father just as she did before, my mother joins the conversation. Perhaps I should actually give him an answer. He won't stop asking me otherwise. I always read the last answer first and it's like, no, I have my computer for that sort of thing. Like... Oh, we all know what that is referring to. Oh boy, oh hell yeah we do. Not really, and there is some, let's be honest. My relation with Siri is somewhat primitive, at least in a sense. I haven't even known her for more than a day and I'm talking to her with the phone. Can't deny I find her cute, attractive even. She has nice boobas. I don't think this is the time or place to be thinking about that sort of thing. Telling my father about it doesn't seem like a good idea in the slightest.
Don't worry, son. That face is the only answer I'll ever need. The look on it. Your face. I know what it means. Go get her, Tiger.
My father gives me a thumbs up from across the table and my mother bats him a scornful expression.
He's not a hentai like you. You don't have to listen to him, sonny.
Clean plate sits in front of me as I finish up the remnants of my meal. I want to leave the room quickly, so I don't have to face any more questions my father might conjure up. I stand up from the chair, moving to the sink to quickly wash my dish. The thought of Siri lingers on my mind as I leave the room and make my way step by step up the stairs. It's not unreasonable to suggest that I could end up in that sort of relationship with her. There's no sign of her having any friends aside from myself, and she is pretty attractive to be honest. Letting my mind wander like this isn't good. It's too early to think about developing my relationship with her, if we'd only just met this morning. On the topic of Siri, I need to call her back in a minute. Waiting for her to call again isn't an efficient use of time. What? Where's Clegg? Swinging it open, the door to my room creaks as I enter. My eyes shift towards my desk and reach out for my phone. Clutching the phone in my hand, I redial the last number that called and Siri's number appears on the screen. It doesn't take long for her to pick up. I wonder if she was waiting for me. Control is gonna fall soon. It was a pretty quick answer. Hello. Hey Siri, where were we? We weren't really talking about anything. That's right, we weren't really talking about anything in particular before. how about we talk for a bit then? About what? Siri started flares up again. It's kind of cute, but I won't really tell her that. What am I saying? What about hobbies? Hobbies? Yeah, I know you like literature, but is there anything else you like? Siri pauses for a brief moment. The sound of a breathing flows out of the speakers beside my ear. I like the harp. The harp? You mean the instrument? Yes, I can play it. So she can play the harp. That reminds me. So it's like the school's logo then? The harp is a classical Celtic instrument. That must be it. I'm sure Wales is a Celtic country. Oh god. I mean, that could be very opinionated. The first Celtic country was like Austria. Before the rise of the Roman Empire, they had to go through like the mountains through the Celts. So, very debatable. And nowadays some would call the Celts the Vikings, but that's all up to assumption and history. What about yours? My what? Your hobbies. Oh, shit. I don't have any hobbies. Well, that is a problem. I didn't think about that. I have no hobbies. I don't have a personality. So yeah. I'm a boring fuck. There's nothing notable. Oh. Would you like to borrow one of my books? Sharing a hobby with her wouldn't be a bad thing. I guess I could give it a go. Sure, you can lend me one you like. Okay. Will you meet me at lunch? So I can give it to you? Yeah, that's fine. I love doing this voice and being a little bit dick about it, making it even more shy, and just prolonging this out. Thinking back on what my father had said before, I can definitely say that I like Siri. Though, in what way? It's hard to tell. It's not unreasonable to say that there's a possibility she's kind of sweet after all. For I don't know, I shouldn't really think about it now. Thank you. I promise I'll enjoy reading it. I imagine Siri pulling a cute smile to match the enthusiasm she put into that statement. She must really have a passion for reading, beyond wanting to study literature. I'm sorry, I butchered that word so bad again. It makes me laugh by now. By this point, it just makes me laugh. I'm happy. Let's go. I'm looking forward to it. I hear a voice that isn't Siri's coming from the end of the line. Guess someone must be calling up to her. Sorry, Sonny. My father is calling me for dinner. Don't worry, I left for dinner early as well. You go and have yours. I'll see you at school tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. Goodbye. Bye. The line falls silent. Siri hangs up, and I place the phone back down on my desk once again. For the first time this past fortnight. I'm actually looking forward to going to school. Siri and I seemed to have developed quite a good friendship within just the course of the day. It's quite surprising, really. As I returned to the seat by my desk, appeared the sprawl of papers I had left lying before me. Oh yeah! I was doing homework. Fuck that shit. But I'm such a boring person that there's nothing else I can think of doing. So I reach up to the shelf I had left my workbook and continue on with the task I was doing. To get it out of my way now, maybe we'll have more time late in the week to speak with Siri again. Fair enough, I guess. A breeze rustles my coat as I approach the school gates. In contrast with yesterday, I'm actually here at the right time. The sounds and sights of other students fill my mind as I move swiftly to get to homeroom. The mornings this time of year are very cold, but I expected it to be a lot warmer this far south. Dispelling the idle thoughts in my head, one thing sure is missing: the presence of Siri. Kind of walked to school with her yesterday, so I thought I'd see her here again today. Though I guess for her it wasn't a mistake that she came so early. She told me to meet her at lunch, so she could give me a book, didn't she? That sure is something to look forward to. The timetable lessons don't look very promising, so it will give me something to think about until then. The half-full classroom is split between those en route to begin lessons and the apathic slackers who just want to get it over with. I sit at my desk and join the latter group. Dust shimmers as sunlight enters through the windows. One by one, more students enter the class as the clock on the wall creeps towards 8 o'clock. My mind wanders to thoughts of Siri once more. Where am I supposed to find her when the lunch bell rings? The most reasonable place would be the cafeteria. That's where I found her yesterday. Or maybe not? I doubt she'd be comfortable giving me a present in front of a crowd of people, even if it is just a book. I lean back against a chair, as I typically would, and slowly watch the clock spin, then spin, as lessons go by, waiting for the lunch bell to arrive. Stretching my arms, I look up at the clock to check if the sound I just heard wasn't a hallucination. I don't have schizophrenia as far as I'm aware. People are definitely getting up and leaving the classroom, likely heading towards the cafeteria. I do stay behind, as various Japanese high school customs still strict, even in a foreign school. The curriculum may be different, but the attitude of the students certainly isn't. Standing up, I trail behind everyone else to leave the room. Looks like I'm the last person to leave. Corridor isn't the only thing that greets me as I step aside. Oh my, what the fuck? Why do you look so sad? Why do her eyes look so sad while she's blushing down there, but damn. Here you go. Promise to give it to you. Before me stands Siri, basking in the sunlight. Book is held out in her hands and practically shoved into my chest. Her face is red, apt for the situation. Pretty sure mine is too. The blossom of embarrassment on her cheeks is a cute sight. She seems to be reluctant to make eye contact though. It's only better for me to get to look at the glint of my own reflection in her amber eyes. I don't see anything. Thanks. The book itself looks fairly worn. Judging by the condition of the pages, she must have read this quite a few times. I'm only borrowing it, so she probably wants to read it again in the future. You're welcome. It's one of my favorites, so I hope you enjoy it. She lightly exclaimed the fact that I take the book from her. The title is embossed on cover, as opposed to a fancy design or a sleeve. Must be a fairly old print. Despite its blemishes, she seems to have taken quite good care of it. Once again, I look at Siri's cute profile. She still holds a blush, which suits her all too well, and adorable traits of her. Her breath is still racked with nervousness. I watch her boobas move inwards and out as she regains control of her breathing, but quickly look away after realize how perverted it is to look at other people's booba just like that. How about we go at some lunch then? We can't keep standing around here. slip the book into my bag carefully and invite Siri to join me for lunch. Sure, I'd love to. Siri slightly chitters as we both head down the corridor towards the cafeteria to spend my second lunch break of the week with her. No doubt I can get used to this, for I feel as I already am. I resonate through the walls of my rooms as I hear my sister blasting some foreign pop music all while speaking to a friend on the phone. I would go in there and tell her to quiet down, but I'm too lazy to do so. You're so fucking lazy, it's so familiar. After enjoying a nice lunch break with Siri, despite neither of us really saying anything, the remaining classes were rather dull and uninteresting. The only thing that really kept me going was the thought of Siri, as dodgy as this sounds. I looked to the right. Beside me sits the book Siri had given me earlier. Reading it now would give me something to do, but I don't think I could make it that far into it. Quite late, and I still have some work left to do, but I'm reminded of Siri's flustered face as she presented it to me. It really meant a lot to her. Giving it a read couldn't hurt, could it? Read the book, idiot. Don't skim through it or something, read it. The book is fairly thin, but it will take me until tomorrow night at the earliest to finish it. That's if I can read it fast enough, so it has to be at least 400 pages, otherwise you're a loser. Loser. I used to read like 350 pages in a day and made it up to 450. But if I don't have time in school, it would be probably around 300 pages too. So, and that's excluding the next day. So if you're just talking about 2 days after school, it would still be 300 pages. So it has to at least 600 pages. So he's a fucking noob. For if Siri asks me about it tomorrow, at least I'll have something to talk to her about. Grasping the book, I opened the cover and began reading it page by page. The theme of it is quite apparent, even before the end of the first chapter. The love story. The book suits Siri pretty well. It would have been weird if the book was a sci-fi novel or something absurd like a guide on dog grooming. You know, the guide about dog grooming would have surprised me as well. The sci-fi would have still understood, but the dog grooming? I read a lot of books. This one is my favorite. How to groom your dog. Does she even have a dog? I wouldn't know. Soon enough, I find myself at the end of the second chapter. So far it's been fairly interesting. Definitely something different than I was expecting from a love story. I should probably make a few mental notes of what I've read so far, just to give her something to talk about. She doesn't really converse that much. I want to talk more with her. I set the book down beside me, where it once sat. My body twists as I slip out of the space between the chair and my desk. For once I should probably get to dinner early. The path to school has now become quite familiar now that I've had 2 weeks to remember it. A mild gust blows leaves across along the pavement, and I watch them get tousled around without direction. Just as I stand to cross the street, I feel a dainty tap on my shoulder. Looking to my side, the person I've been wanting to see the most recently stands before my eyes. Sight to behold. Good morning, Sunny. Siri greets me, her lips curling up slightly into a delicate smile. Good morning, Siri. As the light turns green, we both walk harmoniously across. Not really a surprise for me to meet Siri here. Pretty sure she did share part of the walk to school with me. This is where I first met her after all. So, how are you today, Siri? The question out to try and make conversation. I enjoy being with her, but getting her to speak up more would make the experience a lot better. Thank you. What about you? I'm good as well. Siri smiles at my answer. Guess knowing that your friends are in a good spirit is a happy thought. As I take occasional glances to my side, I seem to notice Siri, shyly looking in my direction from time to time as well. She turns her head whenever I spot her. You want to ask me something? Is there anything on your mind? Huh? Seems to have caught her off guard. I wanted to know. Can I walk to school with you? More often? She wants to walk to school with me? The question seems pretty bold for her, but I oblige. Sure thing. She smiles and nods her head cheerfully. Can't deny wanting to walk to school with her as well. I look at my watch to check the time. It's almost 7:45. Shall we meet where we met today then? At 7:35? That's good with me. So, it's settled then. From today onwards, I'll be meeting and walking with a girl on the way to school. It's not something I expected to happen, but I can't complain because I'm fucking happy that a girl talks to me like holy shit. I thought this was never gonna happen. I thought I was gonna die a virgin because I have no hobbies, no personality. I'm gonna just sit all day in my room and have no life, and I don't even know what to do with my future and all that kind of shit. But hey, finally a girl, let's go. In fact, I'm happy. We pass through the school gates and towards the main building. Both of us stop to part ways. I'll see you later then, Siri. Lunch, right? Sure. Lunch it is. I head down the path towards my class with my plans for the day pretty much settled. The lunch bell stops ringing just as I make my way out of the classroom. Our teacher let us out early. I'm pretty sure he was enthusiastic about the lessons as we are. I move through the corridor and unsurprisingly find someone waiting for me. Hello. Hey Siri. Are we going to the cafeteria then? Can we stop by the library first? I need to return a book. You want to go to the library? I'm not against it. I wasn't really that hungry anyway. Yeah, sure. Speaking of books, I started reading the book you gave me. I've really been liking it so far. That's good. She smiles and turns her head in my direction. What do you like to library with me? I ran out of breath, otherwise I would have kept it doing as long until my air went out. She sounds anxious, even more so than normal. For and here, I thought we were already going to the library. Not this one. The one in the city. She wants to go to the city with me? Sure. Right now? Like, it's still school day. You want to go to school? I mean, to the city right now? I can't keep myself from stuttering. Moments ago, Siri just invited me out to the city. It's quite a direct thing to be asking someone she's only been friends with for mere days. Siri holds a deep blush on her cheeks, and I too can't keep myself from getting a bit tense. Thank you. We walk down the corridor in unison, only our footsteps audible as we keep a state of silence between us. Stepping through the door of my house, I'm greeted by a sense of warmth, both in a physical and metaphorical sense. The heater is turned up pretty high, but my mother had seen me entering and greets me. How was school, son? It was good, I guess. I just started to think about Tasha, and
Eels, honey. Eels.
and just all the voices I give moms, like, it's just in my head. She was just asking me, "Is that what you think mother sound like, or something? Or what the fuck is wrong with you, boy?" Like, she would be asking something like that because I give mother like always these like really weird voices because I can do female voices, but I don't want to give her a cute normal girl voice that I do. I don't know. It just like a really smoke kind of like, I don't even know what kind of voice I gave that mother, like, damn. But yeah, back to the story. It was good, I guess. It wasn't just good. I know for a fact that it was good. I've practically backed a date with Siri in a sense, but I don't think she sees it that way. I've only known her for 2 days, so there's no point in getting giddy about it. That's great to hear. My mother wanders off and continues up to stairs to carry on with whatever she was doing. Take off my shoes and stroll into the lounge with a slump. One thing about school is that it sure is pretty tiring. But good news for you, I've got my fab tissues on the table and that TV, and we know what we're gonna do next, right? Yeah. Yeah. Also, ahead of me sits my father lying back in his chair, reading a book. He lifts his head and peers towards me, giving me a prodigious grin. It's probably the book that we borrowed. Well, no fapping time for us.
Hello, my boy. Seems like you've had a pleasant day at school, am I right? That smile on your face tells me everything, you know.
No doubt he's probably my upbeat aura. Not as I was trying to hide it. You could say that I had a nice day.
Tell me then, son. I need to know.
He sets his book down on the floor beside him and sits tall forward to engage himself in our conversation. It is something. Oh, looked like it. It's nothing. I'm just going somewhere with a friend on the weekend. I say the weekend, but Siri never gave me a date as to when she wanted to go. I just have to ask her. Maybe you wanted to go with the after school with you, dip nips. Dip nips? Oh.
Friend. What sort of friend? Is it a girl? Boy? Boy, is it a girl? Boy? Boy? Tell me, boy. Is it a girl? Boy? Boy? Is it a girl?
Straight on the girls as always. I can't say that I've never considered the topic before. Siri, of course, is a girl. I read a nice one too. I don't know whether telling my father would be the most ingenious of ideas. He'll just keep asking questions until he gets to see her. That's what I would expect him to do anyway. It's a girl.
A girl? Well, congratulations, my boy. I was waiting for the day you would start dating girls.
Not a day, just a day out. Not really sure what it is. She told me that she wants me to go to the library with her, but surely she must be planning something more than that.
Ah, it still counts, boy.
I hope you make the most of it. Yes, it still counts, by the way. So, mostly when it's weird, but let me explain. So, you're getting here lessons. Sunny Wolf teaches you about men really quick. We men, if we ever go out with a girl, just like, hey, let's meet up. Even though it's not. I always say, oh yeah, talking about dates. So, if you are dating a man or a boy, no wait, where was it? No wait. So if, whoa, there we go. Now I have my head back. Whenever we go ask you out or you ask us out, and even though it's just like a nice meeting, just a nice coffee, or we're just hanging out, there's a 99% chance that we, alright, trying to say it for the third time. Even if you're just hanging out, having a nice coffee, just chilling out, or it's not an official date, we still gonna call it to 99% chance a date. I do this with all the women I have been like, I have been being 3 women technically. Not a single was like an actual date, but we've been meeting several times. I just call them dates. And yeah, if a lot of them is interested in me. Anyway, I'll just still call them dates. A little bit of an ego boost, it makes me feel better, so we're just gonna call them dates. So yeah. His words only partially make it into my head. He's always been like this. I take another look at him and realize he's reading a book. He is a publisher after all, so I guess it's his job to check out the things presented to him. The print on the book's cover looks familiar. I notice the author's name and realize what the connection is. That's the same author as...
Same as what, boy?
Bowie. The Bowie. The book Siri gave to me. Going by the condition of the book she gave me, she must really like his work. That girl I'm meeting with on the weekend, she really likes the author's work. I don't really know what the best way to put it is, and I don't think telling my father will really achieve anything. I should have kept it to myself.
Why didn't you tell me, son? I'm good friends with this guy.
There we go. I can eat.
He always makes me read his book before I sell them. I don't even like romance.
Siri does though. Maybe getting a copy might be a good idea. She gave me a gift after all, even if I only lent it. Might as well return the favor. Would it be okay if I lent a copy?
Ha! And one? Just take the whole pile. You gave me too many copies of the damn thing.
Instead, I only take one from the top of the pile. My father always has a way to make things absurd.
Good thinking, boy. I'm sure she'll enjoy that. It's always best to get on their good side.
For once I agree with him. Giving a gift wouldn't be a bad idea, no matter the reason behind it. Alright. Thanks, Dad.
Don't thank me. Thank the guy who thinks it's funny to deliver me a ton of books every 2 months.
With that, I leave the room and head toward the stairs, reflecting what just happened. It was a pretty lucky thing to be able to get this book for Siri. The chances of it happening were pretty slim, but my father being a publisher definitely helps in a way. I wonder if his company published the book Siri gave me. Never actually checked. I make my way to my room, planning to give Siri a call once inside. Really need to make arrangements for a trip. Nothing's changed. Still in the same messy state that it always has been in. I'm in my bedroom once again. Shortly, I'll be on the phone with Siri for the 2nd time this week. Just like everything else, my phone is where I left it. I pick it up and find Siri in my contacts list and proceed with the call. Phone rings as I idly wait for her to pick up. Hello? Honey? Siri answers the phone as expected her to. It would be weird if someone else did. I need to go straight to the point. We didn't come to an agreement as to when and where we're going to meet for a trip. All I know is we're going to the library. Hey Siri, how are you? I start with conversing with her, speaking to her as if something I enjoy doing. So when given a chance to embrace the opportunity, I'll certainly take it. I'm good. What about you? I'm good too. Especially since I get to speak to you. About our trip, we never made any plans, did we? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Sorry. It's okay, Millie. And particular day you were planning on going? I realized that I could have just asked you tomorrow. Maybe I just wanted to hear her voice for one more time today. Beautiful melody. What about Saturday? Is it fine with you? Yeah, Saturday is good. What time should we meet? To meet me where we met on the way to school at 10 AM? Certainly. That's settled then. See you in the middle. Siri and I have to speak slowly or something. What the fuck is wrong with me today? Siri and I will meet this Saturday. Normally I start stumbling upon my words after speaking a lot of English. Or even German. Or I'm just getting old, that too. But damn, today's a bad day for me. Also, I haven't spoken English or spoken in a whole long time because there's no people to talk anymore to, so it's just very silent. And I'm literally forcing myself to talk a little bit louder and more open-mouthed so that the words sound more clear. Because in my videos it always sounds like I'm mumbling. So while I'm doing this right now, I was mumbling probably. And I can't wait to hear my mumbling. Alright, let's get back into the story. Our Saturdays are entirely free. We follow the British curriculum after all. Which is good since we get to do things like this. A lady there. Jess, you just moved here, didn't you? I did. Thanks, Siri. I appreciate it. Would have followed her anyway. It was her idea to go. Plus, it's Siri. Why wouldn't I? Some muffled calls of Siri's names are audible in the background. Siri remains in silence. She must be still a bit flustered after thanked her. Sorry, I need to go to dinner. I don't think I'll be able to call you back. I hear a whimper through the end of the line. I guess she's upset as I am, having to end this call early and abruptly. Don't worry, Siri. We'll be meeting on the way to school tomorrow, yes? That's right. Let's meet then. Today a lot of noise. All the time. And today, and yesterday not getting interrupted. Today, keep getting interrupted. Can I play the crew? Not getting interrupted. Can I play this? Not getting interrupted. Damn. Bye, Siri. Bye. Line goes silent as Siri hangs up. That done, I guess I'll have to find something to do. Sonny! Dinner is ready! There we go. I need to go to dinner too. Both my parents sit at the dinner table, but it seems as if my sister hasn't made her way down yet. That girl sure is busy. Doesn't she have any respect? It's dinner time. A wonderful family bonding session. Leave her alone. She's busy with schoolwork. Don't you want her to do well in her studies? I do, yes. You're right, darling. The pair chowed down on the sausages and mashed potatoes, as my mother cooked some traditional English food today. First of all, it's not traditional English. Fuck you. You offend the whole European nation. First of all, why sausages with mashed potatoes? You do something else with mashed potatoes. Third of all, the mashed potatoes is a horrible word. The German word is so much more beautiful. And fourth of all, fuck you. There we go. Sandy, I heard you were having a good time on the phone. Who is you speaking to? It was probably the girl he was talking about earlier. Ain't that right, son? You were eavesdropping on me? I just said a few things, that's all. Whatever you were saying. I'm glad you've managed to make it to dinner this time. Because it's a wonderful family bonding session. That's why, boy, I'm glad you finally learned it, like someone in this household. She's doing schoolwork. Oh yeah, I forgot. How this guy manages to run a company, I'll never know. The father is so much like me, so it just made me laugh. I continue to eat my food as my parents start discussing topics which aren't of any interest to me. My sisterly. Like, I start reading. You know what I'm doing while reading this? I read a little bit in the front. And so I sometimes mix this word like sister and eventually, and I just mix sisterly. Like sisterly. Well, I was reading right now, that's why I said sisterly, and I keep doing that shit all the fucking time. My sister eventually makes her way downstairs and sits beside me at the table. Fingers and mash again?
What's wrong with not traditional English food? I didn't throw over there just for the women, you know.
My mother laughs at my father's statement. Why can't we have curry? We have curry as often as we have this. Finish up the last of my meal and stand up in order to put my plate in the sink. That done, just have the rest of the day to do whatever I like. After I finish my homework anyway. I head towards the stairs again to retreat back up to my room. Before I make it, my sister calls out to me. Honey, can you help me with some questions later? Fuck. I really don't want to. Sure. Rays of light and the sound of chirping of birds enter my room as I pull back my curtain. Outside, the weather isn't anything short of what I asked for. Beautiful day, something which I can surely enjoy. Still fairly early according to my brand new alarm clock sitting at the side of my desk. Because last time, I smacked my whole fucking desk onto that alarm clock. Getting up at this time would usually give me a sour feeling. However, today I have something to motivate me. The thought of Ceres, silky braids, everything her beautiful rose-tinted cheeks as she waits for me, basking in the sunlight. It's wonderful. Lately, she's had an alluring aura which I can't find myself resisting. I'll be meeting her at 10, but I need to have some time to get ready and brush myself up. She told me to give her the book today rather than at school. It's been a few days since I mentioned it. Wait, she told me to give her the book today rather than at school. It's been a few. Assumed she would have wanted it as early as possible. Perhaps she just wanted 2 things to look forward to. No matter the reason behind it, my fingers tighten around it as I stare down at its cover. I may be excited to receive it, but I'm just excited to give it to her. Footsteps echo out from behind me as the door to my room opens. I turn around to find my mother standing in the doorway.
You're up early? Is something special going on today?
Yeah, I'm meeting someone in town. Didn't I tell you?
No, not that I can remember. If I did, then I didn't pay attention. You know how it gets.
I would have thought you would have been pretty interested to hear the details.
Anyway, I've just about finished breakfast. You can tell me more about it then. Oh, and wake up your sister up too. I just went in there, but she probably went straight back to sleep. It's a Saturday. Can't she just let her sleep in? Most other school kids in Japan would kill to have Saturday mornings free. We're just lucky since we go to a school which follows the curriculum of another country. Alright. I'll oblige anyway, just to get my mother out of my room. Well, it'll take me a few minutes to get ready. Even though it's only 8 o'clock, I still want to be set to go straight out of the door to see Siri as soon as possible. After doing up my shoelaces, I walk out into the hall and give a knock on my sister's bedroom door. Get up!
Fine. The sounds of bedsheets being tossed about along with moans of agony and despair creep through the crack beside my feet. She really isn't a morning person. At least she's out of bed now. I head back down towards the end of the corridors and approach a descent to the ground floor. Time to have breakfast, something I rarely do on a Saturday. Toast. That's what I smell. And sitting down at the dining table ready to tuck in. It's not the most elegant of dishes, the concept of cooked bread is quite plain. You cannot compare it to a fulfilling traditional English breakfast. The slice of toast is certainly fine energy now and then. Wait, what? Did I just read? Fine every now and then. Fine energy. Now and then. My sister soon joins me, scraping the chair across the hardwood floor next to me. She perfectly examines the toast before her, putting it in her mouth soon after, a move which bars her from joining the typical morning commotion. Did she really not pay any attention to yesterday? Really? Not a single second that she has to ask us this?
So, Sonny, who are you meeting then? It's a girl you were on about, isn't it? You should really bring her home one of these days. Hell, I don't even know her name.
Her name is Ceridwen.
So I see.
My father goes back to eating his toast. However, my mother continues to converse with me.
I'm glad you're making my friend, Sonny.
As if she couldn't make me sound like any more of a loner.
Oh yeah, son. Did you remember the pack the book I gave you?
Of course I did.
That's my boy.
A quick glance at the clock on the wall tells me it's approaching 9:45. I ought to set off. Don't have to leave this early since it's only a short walk away from my house. However, getting to see Siri just a little bit longer will probably do me some good. I bet she'll be a bit early too. I wave goodbye to my parents. Both of them continue to eat the breakfast and discuss trivial topics which don't necessarily concern me. Cold breeze meets my face as I open the door and step out into the world. The outside world, help!